Hi everybody. Welcome to IQ Design Academy. My name is Steve Wilcox and I'm a professional furniture designer, and I'll be your host as we go through a series of instructional videos using IQ design in the furniture design process. Today's episode will be on concept exploration and creating a large number of concepts to review before we move forward with a more specific design. So hang on and we'll get started right away. So as we get started, you can see I've switched screens. I'm now in my browser at the IQ Design app, and that address is app.iqdesign.ai. So you can navigate there to get started. We have other instructional videos that'll show you how to set up an account, get started, and talk about the interface, which I will also do during this video. But a brief introduction. I mentioned I'm a professional designer. I've worked for almost 40 years now designing furniture for industry and for retail sale through manufacturers, retailers, marketers. I've worked with very talented interior designers, other product designers, and craftspeople to create furnishings that are popular and will sell. So it's a very fun product category to get involved in. And it helps nurture people's homes and lives, and it's a very creative outlet for the designer. So to get started, we are on the IQ Design main page, and we have a very elegant and simple interface, and it starts out with a text box. The scenario we're going to pursue today is we're going to say that I have received a design brief or a request from a client to develop a collection of footstools, just small utilitarian items that would be for sale individually, like at a mass market retailer, or maybe like a Home Goods or a Target or someone like that carries home goods, but it's a relatively low priced item that people would take up, put in their cart and take with them. You might need it for a new child's room, you might need it in a pantry, you might need, might be something decorative with some storage. So it's very open-ended at this point. And as a designer, when I explore, I like to start very broadly. I like to start without really looking at color and finishes, and I try not to dial down to specifically at the outset. So I'm going to give you some tips in my prompting of how I do that. So we're going to start here, and I'm just going to click my cursor in that box, and hopefully you can see the little cursor flashing. There are two other ways to input information here. So here's a little interface information. This little icon, you can upload a voice memo if you've recorded something earlier, which you may do as you're just randomly doing something else and you think of a concept. I've done that. This one you can talk right into your microphone and speak into the text box. I'm just going to type it in. So here's how I would do it. Create a series of footstool concepts, pencil, sketch, form. I'm going to change that to style, comma, place 6 different concepts on a page, white background, because again I don't want to deal with interior details yet, comma, use a variety of styles, materials, comma, and shapes. So that's very broad. I have some experience in prompting. You could start even broader than that, but let's start here. So I'm going to click Generate Images. I'm in the Create mode, and by default, IQ Design will create 4 images. Now I've asked it to create 6 specific images on each of these 4. So 6 times 4 is 24. So very quickly, I'm getting 24 concepts to evaluate. So let's see how it does. Oh, there we go. So let's take a look at what we've got here. As I hover over each image, you'll see that a button appears called Select and Refine, which we can do that. I'm not going to do that at the moment. I could also come over here and create 4 more images without changing the prompt. If I wasn't happy with some of these, I could change the prompt. But at that point, I'd have 48 concepts within 5 minutes. That's pretty amazing for the product developer that does that on a daily basis. This is a lot of fun. Some of these forms, I've seen similar items, but let's take a look and perhaps focus on one that's a bit more traditional. So let's focus on this image. I'm going to hit Select and Refine, which enlarges the image. And at this point, over in this window, the image components, the AI is working to define some parameters over these different items found in the image. We'll get to that later. At this point, I want to show one way that I use this, in that I'm on a PC, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a screen grab. So I'm going to use my keyboard shortcut, and I'm just going to select this item, and it has copied that. And I'm going to go back to the IQ Design main text page, and I'm going to show you how I might move forward with this. But I right-click and just hit Paste, and that reference image icon is right here, and I'm just going to say create several more versions of this design on a single page. GLE page, comma, 6 variations on one page. A little redundant, but thankfully the AI understands me. So here I'm taking the one idea and coming up with more variations, again, very quickly, if I like that idea. I might like the original better. I might like one of these variations better. So we'll just see. But it's all in the process of going from macro to micro in my product curation. Oh, and I forgot to say pencil sketch. So now I have more photorealistic versions. Took some liberties down here, but basically it used that same form and started exploring all by itself. So again, I think you can see here as we wrap up this video how quickly and how powerful this is. But again, we'll dial down more into some of the details as we move forward. And then finally here, I'll just want to introduce the Gallery tab, which is where you can go back, and I have a few different projects going here, but here is my footstool concept, and as you can see, I can scroll through the different images that have been created during this process. Let's move even further back. And here are some of the original pencil sketch versions that we did before. So again, all of your work is collected for you. It's organized automatically for easy reference, and you can of course hit download image, or you can go back and start and do some more work as we illustrated. So again, just some really quick ways to get started of concepting new ideas very quickly with IQ Design. So thank you for stopping by. We'll continue to explore different ways to do things in the furniture design process with IQ Design. Thanks for stopping by.